Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? Well, it is. Let's see. It's the 25th of August. Wow. Day 25, RPG Day 2017. What is our question? Our question is, what is the best way to thank your game master? And this is one of those videos that I really didn't want to watch anybody else's before I cut mine. So, friends like Runeslinger and some of my European friends will post theirs before I'm posting mine. So I ran home, took a shower, did some stuff because I got out of work early. I figured I'm going to cut this now. And it's about, I don't know, it's like 2:30 or so my time in the United States. Anyhow, because I didn't want to watch their videos, and some are already up. So here's my answers, because I want to be, pure, at least in Ivory pure, 99.44% pure. That's pretty pure, right? Anyhow, let's stop hemming and hawing here and go on with it. Number one for me is like, go run a game too. At least for me, I like to play too. I like to play just as much as I like to run games, maybe more. I'm not sure. So having a player that's willing to run another game, that's great. I don't want to be the game master all the time. So a great way to thank me is to run some games too. So I get to play. So I'm not always the game master. I love being the game master, but I like to be a player too. It's a whole different experience. It's not a lazy experience for me. It's a different experience, and I enjoy that as well. So yeah, I'd like to pass the mic. Go ahead, man. Pass the baton. You can take it over for a little while. That's a big way to thank me. Next one is to say thank you. That sounds crazy. But, if it's really awesome, tell me it was really awesome. If it's not really awesome, don't tell me it was really awesome. But when it was an awesome session, or, the game is going really well, tell them. Say, thanks, man, that was really great. And tell them why it's going really well. Give your feedback. So that's another big one for me, a big way to say thank you. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else that I could be. Just be honest. I'm kind of dovetailing into that. So if there's things that aren't really working, say that up front. Don't go so far down the rabbit hole that all of a sudden you just disappear. Be willing to be a part of the solution, so to speak, instead of part of the problem. Yeah, that sounds so cliche, doesn't it? But you know what I mean? That whole idea. If there's issues, speak up. Say something about it. So maybe we can change this. That's not necessarily saying thank you, but it will help promote a great experience where we always say thank you to each other because we're able to create a good experience together. That sounds very kumbaya, doesn't it? But really, and even that right in the beginning, in session 0, just be really honest, be really upfront. Another good way to say thank you to me, and a lot of these, you've heard me say these things before, is just be engaged, be enthusiastic, play the game. Show up and actually play your characters. Really get immersive, really get involved. I like it when the players are driving the bus, so to speak. So a good way to say thank you to me, I suppose it's thank you, but just to make it fun for everybody, is to really show up and play. That to me is better thanks than you saying, hey, thanks, dude, that was great. Really just interacting with the world, making a fun game for everybody by showing up. And, suiting up and, taking on the role of your character and doing whatever your character does, whether it's cool stuff or just, stuff that, your character would do. Go ahead and do that. Show up and be engaged. Let's see. How about learn the game? Learn the game. That would be a great way to say thank you, to make life better for all of us. If you actually learn the game that we're going to play, that's awesome. I don't want to have to hold hands and babysit. Neither does anybody else. So just, you don't have to know it all at once. I get it. I mean, I don't expect anybody to know the game all at once in the beginning, including me. But you put the effort in to learn the game. And that, to me, speaks volumes and is, once again, better than a, hey, thanks, man. Don't poison the game. Don't poison your character. Like, if you figure out, what the genre is, what the game is supposed to be, and adhere to that. If you decide this isn't for you, that's great. But otherwise, if you've agreed to play this specific game, you've learned the game, you're all on the same page, hopefully. We can make corrections if we're not. But then, play that game. Don't poison the game by playing something, you're not really happy with how the game is going. But I want to play my character that's like a real dark brooding guy. Or I want to play this guy that's really superhero-y powerful, or whatever it is. You can go on into 1,000 different ways. So do that. That'd be really cool as well. That's definitely a thank you to me. Let's see. Be flexible and be willing to try new things, because if you're like me, you've got a whole bunch of games on deck. I know, like Robert the narrator had a whole bunch of games on deck and tried with his group. I loved hearing him talk about that. A lot of us have. And be willing to try that new stuff. Be open-minded. Maybe you decide after a few sessions, hey, this isn't it. That's cool. Maybe our group doesn't like this game, but be willing to experiment. Not just run new games, but maybe maybe you're going to run the new game. But be willing, like if the game master says, hey, I've got this other thing going on, I'd like to try, be willing to do that. Be willing to be part of a group rather than we're just going to go play an Ivan's game or Joe's game or Fred's game or Anthony's game. Be part of an actual group, a dynamic group. That really that's a big thank you as well to me. Just and this is all like really I think falls under the umbrella of just participating in the whole experience and having it be a collaborative experience rather than just showing up and expecting to be fed something. And let's see, just kind of goes without saying, but behave like an adult. Be polite. Show respect for the other players, for the game master, show up on time, all that kind of good stuff. So not a really big list, but to me these are like really, really important. Run other games, be part of the group, be enthusiastic, be engaged when you're there playing. Be willing to try different things. Act like a grown-up. Say thanks, but give feedback. Why did you like this session? Why are you liking this game? Be involved when the game's not going on. My favorite games are the ones, or campaigns or miniature campaigns or whatever it is, when we're talking about the game outside the game, when we can't wait to get back and play the next session, and we talk to each other about what's going on with our characters, what's going on with the game, wouldn't this be cool, wouldn't that be cool, this is really cool here, what do you think is going to happen there? That's a huge, giant thank you. Just that involvement, that actual real engagement, excitement. So anyhow, it's a little bit of a all over scattershot video, but these are the kind of things that to me is the best way to say thank you to me. What's the worst is when people just kind of show up and they're not really engaged, not really interested. They don't want to tell you why they're not engaged or interested, and we've all had those situations too, and it's not fun. So so you're welcome. How about that? What about you?